everyone, welcome back to the Soulful Cook, where I share with you some of my favorite plant-based recipes. Today we're going to veganize one of India's most popular dishes, butter chicken. For our meat substitute, we will be using tofu, but you can easily use any meat substitute of your choice. Tempeh would work, seitan would work, and you can also use Gardine's chicken strips. All the products I used in this video are linked in the description box below. And just remember, anytime you do purchase from those links, you are supporting this channel in a huge way, which will only help us share even more content with you. For the written version of this recipe, head over to my blog at thesoulfulcook.com. All right, let's start cooking. Here's everything you're going to need to make the marinade. First thing you want to do to make sure your tofu is firm is we're going to remove all the excess moisture. So I'm just placing my tofu in a thin towel onto a cutting board, and I'm just going to cover that up. And then I'm going to place something heavy. I'm just using the lid to my Dutch oven. And then I'm just going to keep it pressed for about 35 minutes. Once it's done, you can see how drenched the towel is. We're going to set that aside. And then you can cut up your tofu in any shape or size that you prefer. For this recipe, I'm just going to cut them in small little cube sizes. With the tofu in the bowl, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of non-dairy yogurt, one teaspoon of red chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons of coriander powder, 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste, one teaspoon of lime juice, and a pinch of salt. Now I'm just going to gently mix everything. Again, you want to be gentle, you don't want to break your tofu. And we're going to let that sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now I'm just taking a hot pan and I'm going to add all the tofu. Again, because we're not cooking this with any oil, you want to make sure you're using a non-stick pan. It's the best way to make sure your tofu doesn't stick. So as you can see, all the moisture has been removed. So I'm going to transfer all the cooked tofu to a plate, and we'll use that for later. So now we're going to make our butter chicken gravy. And here's everything you're going to need. In the same pan we cooked the tofu, I'm adding 1 diced onion, salt to taste. This will help cook the onions faster. 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste, and you want to saute that until the onions are translucent. Then we're going to add in our 3 tomatoes, and then you want to saute that for another couple of minutes. Then we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of red chili powder, and give that a good mix. 1 tablespoon of cashews. This is what's really going to make it nice and creamy. And half a cup of water. And then 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar. So now I'm going to cover that with a lid and let it cook for 20 minutes. Once it's cooked for 20 minutes, we're going to transfer everything to our Vitamix, or any high-speed blender will work. You want to blend it until everything is nice and smooth and there are no chunks of tomato or onions or cashews left. Everything should be silky smooth. So now we're going to transfer that to the same pan with the heat on medium. Then you want to keep mixing it so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. We're going to add some salt to taste, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 tablespoon of butter chicken masala, and then just give that a good mix to make sure all the spices are well mixed. And then half a cup of coconut milk. And then we're just going to mix that to make sure everything is incorporated. So now we're going to add in all of our cooked tofu, and we're going to mix that to make sure everything is covered in the gravy. And there you have it, a vegan version to India's classic butter chicken. If you're looking for more recipes like this one, head over to my blog at thesoulfulcook.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you can get notified every time I post a new video. If you ended up making this recipe, don't forget to tag at @thesoulfulcook. I'd love to see how it turned out. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.